Hi. How many times have you caught yourself thinking, I work harder than anyone, I put in the effort, I give it my all, but I earn less than I'd like? And you know, it's not your fault. In B2B sales, it's not the most hardworking or talented who win, but those who have the right tools. Today, I'm going to tell you about 3 tools that will help you build a steady stream of deals, accelerate your growth, and actually earn more. And at the end, I'll share a simple action you can take today to make your life better tomorrow. But before we get to the tools, let's make sure we're on the same page. It's very important that we understand the problem in the same way, because if we see it differently, our solutions will diverge too. Look, the main problem is that without resources, all your efforts are almost useless. As unpleasant as it is to admit, success in sales doesn't depend solely on your skills, because in business to business, there's no fair and transparent set of rules. Here, it's not the best who win, but those who have enough resources in their hands to keep the client's attention. Some can afford to spend millions on advertising and always stay top of mind. Some go to every conference, collecting business cards by the handful. Some simply know how to skillfully leverage the company's networking. In the end, it's often the one who happens to be in the right place at the right time with the right set of opportunities who wins. Think of any situation where the client ended up choosing someone else over you. Was it always because your product was worse? Most often, the competitor simply had answers to the client's questions. They had a ready-made calculation at hand, a clear commercial proposal, and the right presentation. And that was enough. Now let's take a look at the market as a whole. In the last 10 years, nothing has really changed in corporate sales. Of course, dozens of new services have appeared, and now artificial intelligence can write emails. But most companies still operate within the paradigm of KPIs, control, and endless reporting. And that's exactly why you have a unique opportunity right now. While everyone else is standing still, you can get ahead of your competitors by using new methods and technologies that transform the customer experience and allow you to close deals much faster. Let's break down these tools. There are only 3 of them. The first is content. Not marketing brochures or flashy commercials, but specific materials that help save time and create the right impression. Think about how many times you've repeated the same arguments in meetings, how many hours you've spent explaining basic things. But all of that can be replaced with a short video. For example, you have 3 to 5 videos, each 2 to 3 minutes long. One explains the essence of the product, the second answers IT-related questions, and the third shows the benefits for finance professionals. The fourth talks about return on investment. And you know what's most interesting? In 5 to 7 minutes, a well-prepared video gives the client as much information as a typical 40-minute meeting. Now imagine that the client received these in advance. They come to the meeting not from scratch, but already prepared. They have specific questions. They already understand what it's about. And your meeting turns from a lecture into a dialogue. The second tool is financial calculations and forecasts. How many times have you spent hours or even days creating a commercial proposal? And then the client asked you to recalculate for a different scenario and all your hours went down the drain. Today it's done differently. You have digital tools that generate commercial proposals, budget calendars, and payback calculations literally in just a couple of clicks. What does this give you? First, speed. You're not drowning in spreadsheets, but quickly giving the client exactly what they're waiting for. Second, confidence. When you have a clear payback schedule and profit forecast in your hands, the conversation happens on a whole different level. You don't need to lower your price or offer discounts because you have all the arguments. Here's the deal's economics. Here's the return. Here's the margin. Imagine this situation. The client has 2 commercial proposals, yours and your competitors. The competitor's is cheaper, but only at first glance. Because you have a ready-made schedule that clearly shows that in 2 years, the client will earn 3 times more. What do you think he'll choose? Obviously, the one who demonstrated real value. And the third tool is onboarding. In the usual scheme, the manager leads the deal almost blindly. You call, you write, you wonder, is the client still interested or has he already lost interest? You hope the answer will be honest, but most of the time it's just a guessing game. But onboarding changes everything. Now you can see which materials the client has opened, what they've studied, and whom they've involved in the discussion. You understand what budget they're planning for and which products interest them. These are no longer guesses, but facts. Essentially, onboarding is like a navigator. When you have a map, you know where the turns are, where the traffic jams are, and where the road is actually leading. You don't wander around, you don't waste time, and you arrive faster and without stress. And I'd like to point out that this isn't just wishful thinking or talk about the future. These tools are already working today. They're being used by companies that are growing faster than the market and winning over clients from those stuck in the old sales model. In the end, everyone wins. The client gets a better buying experience, you start earning more and growing professionally, and management sees a multiple increase in profits. And we keep breaking outdated approaches and building a new principle for corporate sales. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, and share this video. The more people see it, the sooner there will be more companies where it's comfortable both to sell and to buy. And now, as promised, what exactly can you do today? It's very simple. Lift your head from the spreadsheet, look at the process, and ask yourself, how easy is it to buy from us? This question shifts your focus because today success in sales isn't determined by the number of calls or your personal enthusiasm. It's the client's comfort that matters.